I'll request clearance for the approach.
Colombo departure, Sri Lankan 1180, requesting approach clearance.
Give me 1 second for that clearance. Sri Lankan 1180, cleared for the approach to runway 23 at Colombo, descend 2500 feet, report established on the localizer.
Cleared for the approach to runway 23 at Colombo. Descend to 2,500 feet. Will report established on the localizer. Sri Lankan 1180.
Sri Lankan 1180, expect the ILS Yankee runway 22 approach into Colombo.
Expecting the ILS Yankee runway 22 approach into Colombo. Sri Lankan 1180.
Singapore Airlines 326, contact departure on 126.9er, have a good flight.
Switching to 126.9er, thanks. Singapore Airlines 326.
Climbing to flight level 290, Walker 1902.
Sri Lankan 1180, descend via Beco H1 Alpha for the ILS Yankee runway 22 approach into Colombo, QNH 1013.
Descend via Beco 1 Alpha for the ILS Yankee runway 22 approach. QNH 1013. Sri Lankan 1180.
Sri Lankan 1180, verify you're squawking 7221, Mo Charlie. Sri Lankan 1180, turn left heading 080 vectors for the ILS runway 22 approach.
Left heading 080, vectors for the ILS runway 22 approach. Sri Lankan 1180.
Ladies and gentlemen, we have left our cruising altitude and are now beginning our approach to Colombo.
Sri Lankan 1180, 7 miles from CI22. Turn left heading 110 until established on the localizer. Cleared for the ILS runway 22 approach.
Thank you for your cooperation.
Turning left heading 110 until established on the localizer. Cleared for the ILS runway 22 approach. Sri Lankan 1180.
Sri Lankan 1180, verify you're squawking 7221, mode C.
American 1145, closer 170, outside final contact tower, 118.3, good night.
170 tower 118.3, good night, American 1145.
Sri Lankan 1180, radar contact 12 miles north of Colombo at 2300 feet. Colombo QNH 1013. Cleared direct Mabal.
Cleared direct Mabal. Colombo QNH 1013. Sri Lankan 1180.
Sri Lankan 1180, contact Colombo Tower on 118.7.
Switching to Colombo Tower on 118.7. Sri Lankan 1180.
Cabin crew will setting for landing.
Colombo Tower, Sri Lankan 1180, evening. We're established on the ILS approach for runway 22.
Sri Lankan 1180, Colombo Tower, roger. Winds 250 at 14, runway 22, clear to land.
Runway 22, clear to land. Sri Lankan 1180.
Mooney 824 Foxtrot Delta, clear to land, runway 32, caution wake turbulence. Clear to land, runway 32, Mooney 824 Foxtrot Delta.
Springbok 321, Colombo Tower, wind 025 at 6, runway 4, clear to land. Springbok 321, contact departure.
Contact departure, Springbok 321.
Beechcraft 9001 Bravo, taxi to runway 24 via taxiway Alpha. Taxi to runway 24 via taxiway Alpha, Beechcraft 9001 Bravo.
Sri Lankan 1180, welcome to Colombo. Contact ground on 121.9er.
Switching to ground on 121.9er. Sri Lankan 1180. Colombo ground, Sri Lankan 1180. Good evening, we're clear of runway 22 and ready to taxi to the gate.
Sri Lankan 1180, Colombo ground. Taxi to Park 14 via Alpha. Have a good evening.
Taxi to Park 14 via Alpha, Sri Lankan 1180.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Colombo. Thank you for flying with us today. Please remain seated until we reach our final parking position. Did you know that Colombo is known for its rich history and vibrant culture? It's a city where you can explore ancient temples and enjoy delicious street food. The local time is 6:44 p.m. On behalf of Captain Tarakasi, First Officer Brian, and the entire crew, we wish you a pleasant stay. If you have any connections, please check the flight information screens in the terminal for your next flight details.
Airbus 450 Alpha Bravo, taxi to gate Bravo 7 via taxiway Delta. Hold short of taxiway Echo.
Taxiing to gate Bravo 7 via Delta, holding short of Echo Airbus 450 Alpha Bravo.
Airlink 455 Lima. Departure approved at destination Marseille via ATC 110 Delta. Departure runway 22, initial altitude 4,000 feet, and departure on 132.4, stroke 5453. Airlink 455 report that.
Airlink 455 Lima Romeo pushback and startup approved. Face northeast.
Sri Lankan 1180, can I have the plane number again?
Sri Lankan 1180, taxi to Bay 14 via Alpha. Have a good evening. All aircraft be advised, information mic is now current. QNH 1005.
Taxi to Bay 14 via Alpha, Sri Lankan 1180.
Airbus 450 Alpha Bravo taxi to runway 09 via taxiways Golf and Foxtrot. Taxiing to runway 09 via Golf and Foxtrot, Airbus 450 Alpha Bravo.
Cleared to Mali via the Lalu 1 Delta, departure Dennis File, departure runway 22, initial climb 4000, departure 132.4, and we'll squawk 2161, Emirates 653.
Colombo ground, Sri Lankan 302 with Quebec, after IFR clearance to Singapore Changi.